That fit perfect. Sometimes it's really hard to predict how long to make the bird's eye view template of the bait because there's the bends in the body, but that just fit perfect. I need to transfer that slot all the way around and cut it right now while the bait's still squared off. Clean as heck. Time to start carving. Just taking those corners down. This is kind of a gnarly piece of Tupelo, but even the funky ones are better to carve on than anything else out there. I've started making this and I don't know what I'm making, but I just had a fantastic idea and I might know what I'm making now. Walleye chasing umbrella rig in front of it, hooks just on the walleye, lure. I think that's what I'm gonna make, just came to me. I started as like, this is just gonna be a walleye swim bait, but I knew it was gonna be more than that, I just didn't know what yet. Fantastic idea. Dude, this paper, that paper that's left over from the glue stick and the template is the bane of my existence. It can be so hard to get off. I end up coming to it with a razor and taking away a little bit of wood, but I don't care. Just get it off of there. You wouldn't think, but it's almost like the sandpaper has a tougher time getting through that paper than the wood, and it messes up your sanding. That's why I prefer to get it off. Just smoothing things off and sanding and sanding and sanding and sanding and sanding and sanding and sanding. You know what I mean? Whether it be with this or the Dremel or hardwood block behind this. You want a pretty bait, just be ready to sand. That's all I gotta say. And for less vague tips and more of an entire guide on how to make wooden fishing lures, go check out the Fish with Your Masterpiece lure making course. Linked below. Go consume it. Been getting good feedback from it. It's helping people make fishing lures for sure. Man, I am just gonna be sanding for a while. Digging into the nooks and crannies. A couple more hours of this. Because I still have all the carving to do, and then we sand more. After you carve out the gills, you sand more. Am I going crazy? It looks like it's in pain right now. I'm just cutting into its head. I just drew that. That might not be what a real walleye gill pattern looks like, but I'm gonna go with it. I hate it when it's a nice smooth cut and I go to flick it off and it doesn't come off. I feel like I failed the shot. But when it comes off with the blade, that's the best. Quite the undercut right there. Oh my goodness. That almost popped through. Back to my favorite activity. Sand, 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 sand. That's the rough carve though. That's a satisfying gill pattern right there. Let's get another look at that. Really, I'm just practicing with this camera. There we go. I gotta hollow out that mouth. Get it ready for teeth. Teeth are going on after the paint. I'm gonna go with just a tail fin too. Forget about the other ones. That always makes a bait worse. It makes it look better, but it makes a bait worse with hookups and stuff. So tail fin. I intend to catch something with this. I don't even have a lip cut for this yet, but I'm making this slot. The tab will have to be that thick. I just came up with a crazy idea. A floating umbrella rig. Oh my goodness. This is gonna be nuts. That sounded horrible. Whew, I did it again. See if I can do it again. Weird. Okay. Looking lead pot. I just poured that lead, but with the new camera I didn't have it rolling because I'm not super used to it, so we'll get there, fellas. UV resin for the lead plugs. A little aggressive. I probably shouldn't even have done that. Do it by hand instead. You gotta look down the bait like that. Check for straightness. Extra spiffy looking bait right there though. Let's cut it up. Perfect. Absolutely freaking perfect. I need to cut a lip out real quick and stick that in there, some glue. Just standard circle lip that I couldn't decide the size of at first. That's why there's two circles. Expecting some squeeze out. Tiny bit more. Okay, that's actually perfect. Let that level out a little bit and hit it with the light. It's my favorite way to glue a lip in now. UV resin. That's just so awesome that the light can go all the way into that slot, you know? It travels through the Lexan. It's just too awesome not to do. That'll give it some diving capabilities. With all of the umbrella rig off the front, I think I put the least amount of weight possible in this thing to still have a good action. I don't think I want the line tie where I poked. I want it lower, towards the bottom. Like down there, but wire is gonna stick out and it's gonna tie off towards the end of the bottom lip. So it's, I really don't need to worry about this at this point. I just need to drill a hole. That went through the Lexan polycarbonate tab though, so that'll be secure as heck. Perfect. Let's go seal some wood. The lid is like welded on. I think we can dip 2 of these. See you fellas tomorrow. Starting with Hobgoblin Hue, because I'm out of white. Well, I'm running low on white and I don't want to blast the whole thing with it. Just a bit of naturally fleshy tones inside of a white. Always looks natural. Diseased umber. Throwing some yucky brown down. Put a shade of green over everything. Like seriously over everything, even the brown, you can't see it very well, but, and especially in the gills there, because that's gonna be the backdrop for some shininess over that green. I got reference pictures down under my microwave for some reason that I'm referring to. Scale reveal on this tiny piece first. We're gonna work up to it, fellas. Be patient. Noticeable, but not overpowering. Pretty good. Middle piece. All the green went away. I'll have to add that back in, but I'm confident in adding that back in and it's gonna look good. That's right, I'm doing a lateral line by hand. This is dangerous. I'm gonna keep it nice and choppy though. This line right here is so important on walleye though. It could look like 40 other fish if you don't have this line on it. Alright, time for eyes and teeth. The teeth are gonna be quite the job. Sharpen tip with the toothpick for each one of those holes. I have been finagling these teeth into these holes for a good while now. We're making progress. I got the whole bottom row on. Pretty mean. I didn't hit record again, but I thought I did. We got it clear coated. That's a UV coat. I'm letting it level out and set, and then I'm gonna take it outside. Tail mold. I made a pretty crazy color to go in there. See how it turns out. It's got gold rupees in it. We're gonna go with 3-inch prey baits to put on a 6th Sense umbrella rig. I assembled the joints on the bait. This thing's all clear coated and ready to go. I just gotta get that tail on. 3-inch prey bait, so the baits are gonna be coming out to like here, right at the face of this thing. This is still a lot of, I don't know, able to move back here. This bait, so I'm thinking it's still gonna crank. That's the hope. Like, I'm gonna be kind of sad if it doesn't. If it doesn't, I'll accept the fate, but it's like, dang, I want this thing to crank. And that will seriously look like a walleye chasing a little school of fish. Hooks only on the walleye, so we can see if a fish will steal my fish. My little walleye fish. Boy, I really need to get used to that record button. This camera's so different, but I pulled that out of the mold, and I was saying, it's not gonna be a glossy finish, it's gonna be kind of a matte finish, but I think that's pretty much preferred. I'll show you it on the bait. It's gonna look a lot better. All right, got the prey bait shot. Super shad-like colors. Let's demold. That's the newer 5-cavity 3-inch prey bait mold. Lots of gold. Kind of wanted to match the walleye for some reason, and that's just iridescent white at the bottom. Perfect bait fish right there. Twist locks can be so infuriating sometimes. 3. One more. 4. That's the bait. The bait's finished. This is the bait. Yes, we will be testing it by itself and with the umbrella rig. Right now, let's open up the test tank. Let's see how this works. Hopefully like that. After all of that, this is it right here. Here we go. It floats. Oh, I saw it wiggle. Dude, it works. Why? I wasn't expecting it to work. It works. Whoa. Can you tell I had just the utmost confidence in this bait? It's like, dude, it actually works. It kind of stays on the top. No, it stays. I bet that I could get that a foot down actually. I just can't do it in this tank. So it's nice and shallow. It's going to be easy to disturb the surface with it. It's going to cause so much commotion. And it swims so good back there. That walleye is doing the thing. It works great. I just kind of made it not knowing what to expect, and I'm super happy with that. Holy smokes. Oh yeah, let's see the action of just the walleye alone as well. After that, I don't know, maybe the umbrella rig's preferred. The walleye bait alone is inferior to such incredible baitery right there. What does it do? Yeah, it cranks just fantastically by itself as well. Go figure. Everything's perfect. Let's go fishing. So after the last video, I feel kind of weird. Like, I know this bait doesn't particularly need a leader because it has all of this before the hook's way back here. So if I do hook a fish, this is like the leader. I'm just like, you know, I got insulted quite a bit for losing that muskie in the last video. So I might just put a leader on anyway. This bait alone is complete redemption though for losing that muskie. That worked out. First try, incredible action, perfect. That is legit a walleye chasing an umbrella rig lure. That works good, and I'll probably catch a fish. It's really hot today, so I shouldn't say that, but let's go try. Also, I only have today to fish. I can't fish tomorrow. I'm going on a big family trip down south, so good luck to me. Nice thick fluorocarbon leader, even though I don't need it because I'm at a pond. It's a pond that has walleye in it and big bass. We're gonna get big bass to eat little walleye. First cast fish right here. Nope. It's so stable. Really, really good. I just had a hit. Hit and a miss. I think it went for one of the soft plastics. Dang Iowa regulations. I would have caught that fish if I could put a hook on it. Woohoo! Had another hit right there. Dang, bro. I hope this isn't gonna be like that this whole time. Eat the walleye. They taste better anyway. That was another. I just saw it. Wow. 3 bites. What the heck? All right. A little rough. Bait doesn't have good hookups. We've established that. Something went splat on my forward camera. Thought a bird got stuck in there. We're at the ditch. I always feel very confident here. With great confidence comes even greater disappointment if you don't catch a fish. It's hot, it's lunchtime, and I'm not gonna eat until I catch a fish, unless it's supper time. Let's fish. Got a lot of good shade back here. I'm gonna take my time at this spot. My net is in the truck. You know what? Let's not mess around. Let's go get that net. Oh, that was a fish. That was a good bite right there. Like that felt like an aggressive bite. Just did not hook up. Bob Saget. That felt freaking legit. Oh, I'm upset about missing that fish. I was sure I was gonna get that. It felt so good. Oh, I just had another freaking hit. That was this big smallie. I'm missing every fish, dude. Dude, that fish just made me sound like a teenager again. We've been getting the hits, and I have been missing every single one of them. They might not want the walleye. It does look pretty mean. They probably like the 3-inch prey baits. That was a good smallie. That was another one. I felt it. It was just boop. No fish. It's getting attention like crazy. It's getting swipes. If I had hooks on the other baits, probably would have caught every single one of these fish that hit. I am speechless. I am so frustrated. I don't want to say anything. I'm so frustrated. YouTube won't allow this. What's about to come out of my mouth? I can't say it. Oh man. I need to clear my mind for a second. That's how official umbrella rigs are, that you can't put hooks on because you live in Iowa. I went back out later that day, back to the same lake where I lost a giant muskie in the last video, because I wanted to redeem myself. That's never worked before. Go to the same spot expecting to catch the same fish and actually catch it this time. Has that ever worked for you? Not me. You know I tried though. I even took the umbrella rig off. It's detachable. It can come on and off real easy. And fished with just that for a long time. Nothing. That was a chair, I didn't fart. What are you gonna do, you know? I'm gonna go on a vacation. That's what I'm gonna do. This thing got a little beat up. We're missing some paint in some spots. I did fish with it very aggressively. Threw it really close to rocks and stuff. Through the thickets. Every time I use the toothpick method for the teeth on baits like these, I never lose a single tooth. This thing still has every single tooth. Looking spiffy. I've never given a bait a score this high after not catching a fish, but be official for now. Why? The action of the umbrella rig with the bait was mind-blowing. One of the most way out of left field, blast you in the face with unexpected results baits I've ever made. Worked so good, was expecting it to work so bad. Be official. For now. It's gonna get whipped back out this fall and probably catch fish, because the fish will hit an umbrella rig harder in the fall. They just nip at it in the summer, in the heat. They want the little bait, they don't want the big one. They'll hit the big one in the fall. And then it might completely exceed expectations, catch a 10-pound bass, become omega official. It could happen. Be official for now. The video is coming along with me on this trip I'm taking, so look forward to that, probably next video. Thanks for watching. On to the next bait. I just went to the orthodontist and they took the nubs off my teeth. You know how you get nubs on your teeth with Invisalign? They took them off. Look how many teeth I'm missing. I'm gonna get 7 implants. It's heavy on my mind right now, so I'm sharing. It's gonna look different. I'm not gonna look like such a dental catastrophe. Anyway, on to the next bait.